Hi and welcome to this Diablo 3 guide. I'm going to show you the most efficient route for paragon level grinding, and I'm going to show you the spec that I'm using, and I'm going to show you my gear. So basically what you want is that you want to go and get the checkpoint at the Tower of the Cursed, level 1. And then you go directly to area crater level 2. Then you speed through this area crater level 2 all the way down to the waypoint, preferably without having to backtrack at all. So do do yourself the favor of memorizing the map because it can be quite a maze and you can get lost. And if you get lost, you are forced to backtrack, which is not a very good thing because it will take time, and that's what you don't want. So once you hit the waypoint, you go directly to Keeps of Depth level 1. Yeah, right here. And then here, sometimes there'll be an elite pack down here. Um, if it doesn't come to you, don't bother going down there. Uh, because if there is an elite pack, it will come to you. And going all the way down here to find that there's nothing is just a waste of time. So if it's there, it'll come to you. Go down here to Keeps of Depth level 2 and go to the area that's called the breach. As soon as you hit the breach, you hit T and go to town, and then you hurry over to the waypoint and you go to the Riggs Crossing. From here, you will go all the way to the end, and you'll leave the game and you'll start over. That is basically the run. Uh, and it's a very efficient run. For the pro gamer, it will give you about 75 million experience an hour. Uh, but for me, since I'm not that good at doing it yet, I gain about 45 million to 50 million, which is still a lot, but not as efficient as it could be. The average pro gamer does the road in like uh, 5 to 7 minutes, or I do it in like 10 to 15 minutes. Uh, so yeah, I'm not that good at it yet. Uh, One thing that you have to keep in mind is that you will have to do it without dying, because if you die, you will automatically be thrown all the way back to the beginning, and then you have to walk through a lot of dead space that where there's no mobs, and that's just a waste of time. So don't die. For the love of God, don't die. That's it for the run. I'll now go over my spec. It's the basic Demon Hunter spec. It's just very efficient, and it's been like this for ages, with a couple of minor changes. I use Elemental Arrow with Bow Lightning, Hungering Arrow with Spray of Teeth, Shadow Power with Gloom, Volt with Tumble, Preparation with Backup Plan. And here is the change that I have done with my spec is that I've put on the Bat Companion because I found that my hatred regeneration was not as efficient as it should be, and so I found that this grants me like 3 hatred per second, which is awesome. So that allows me to basically spam Elemental Arrow all the time, which is super efficient for killing mobs. So in terms of passives, I use archery and I use two-handed crossbow, so I gain 10% critical hit chance, which is a straight up DPS boost. I use tactical advantage. This you can switch that out for Night Stalker if you are running low on discipline. I don't find that to be the case, so I don't do that. Tactical advantage grants you 60% movement speed over 2 seconds whenever you use Volt, which is awesome because it helps you kite the mobs and get through the contents quicker. Then I use steady aim just for the DPS boost when I stand far away from the mobs. It's just nice to have. You can you can switch it out. It doesn't have to be there. So in terms of gear, you'll just have to pause to see the stats on my gear. But I've used Wild Wads. Then I use Darius Visage. I use two set pieces of inners, the chest and the legs. I do that because of the two set bonus of 130 dexterity, which is awesome. Um, I'd use two sets of Natalia as well to get the 7% critical hit chance. Preferably, you would want critical hit chance on your ring as well, but that's just insanely expensive, so I couldn't afford that. So I got life percentage on it instead, uh, which is not very good, but it helped me to reach the 30 over 30,000 HP. Uh, and in terms of weapon, I use Manticore, obviously, with two sockets, uh, high dexterity, some strength, and attack speed and extra critical hit. And I use Deadman's Legacy with dexterity, uh, almost 20% attack speed, and increased elemental arrow damage by 10%, which is my main attack, so that gives me a significant DPS boost. Then I use Promise of Glory, which is the cheap option of the Lacuna Brawlers, which a lot of people use for the attack speed as well as the critical hit chance and all resistance. But it's so insanely expensive to both get attack speed and critical hit chance on them. So these are a better option if your attack speed is already quite high. Uh, because they go over 200 dexterity, and they always come with all resist, and they have the opportunity to get vitality, uh, and you get a critical hit chance as well. And the armor is fairly high, so that's really good. Yes, that's it. I use obviously an amulet with attack speed, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and then I did not get as much vitality on my gear as I wanted, so I had to put that in there. But preferably, you would want a dexterity gem in there. Then for gloves, I use something with attack speed, critical hit chance, dexterity, and vitality. Uh, that goes for the belt as well. Vitality, dexterity, life percentage, and bring yes, critical chance, all resistance, and yes. That's it for my gear. You can see my DPS is very high. I have over 50% reduced damage. That's basically what you want because that adds to your survivability. Um, you don't need any intelligence at all because it's not going to do anything for you. It's going to increase your resistance by a little bit, but not very much. You want basically dexterity, and you want vitality, and some strength for survivability. And as you can see, my all resistance are pretty good. They over 300, as they should be. That is a minimum, though. If you want to add more survivability, you would have to have more resistance. And as you can see, my critical hit chance is 54%, which is awesome. Everything over 39 is awesome. Uh, Critical hit damage increased by over 400%, which is, well, if you have a Manticore with two sockets and you are able to afford the high-end gems, you will get an insane amount of critical hit damage. Yes. Um, yep. I think that's it. I will have to see you next time, and don't forget to be awesome. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.